Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. Everybody hear me okay? Thanks for coming and supporting this. My name is Ron Rose. I'm the president and CEO of the Jensen Beach Chamber. We came up with this idea. It helps people get out of their head, think quick on their feet. Our instructor can say a little bit more about it later on. But this is Jasper. You want to say hi to Jasper? Jasper's 10 weeks old. Huh? If I put him on the stage, there'll be 2 little Tootsie Rolls up there. All right, I will introduce to you our instructor and our comedian, Megan Nager.
Hey everyone. So it's actually pronounced Nager. Like it rhymes with major, but it's uncomfortable because when people say it, it sounds like a hate crime, right? It's like I got the type of last name that comes along 90% of the time with an HR meeting. When I go to Starbucks, this happens all the time. I like saying my full name for some reason, like Megan Nager. They never get it right, so I just hear Megan Nager, Megan Nager, Megan Nager, and they're staring at me like I literally own slaves. Is that joke too offensive? We're in Florida, so. Anyways, I am a people pleaser. Anyone else here people pleaser? Yeah? I didn't know if anyone would relate to that. It's basically you go out of your way to make sure this is really annoying, I'm gonna move this. You go out of your way to make sure that everyone else is comfortable and you are not, even if you're not comfortable. You know what I mean? You're always putting people's feelings before yours. So I always do that, except the one situation that I was in that I could not be a people pleaser was during birth. During labor. I had a child about a year ago, which is crazy. I haven't slept since. But when I got to the hospital, I was already 8 centimeters dilated. Yeah, so if you don't know what that means, at 10 centimeters, they're coming out, okay? So I get there and I'm still trying to people please. I'm like making sure, I had a doula, which is like a birth assistant. I'm like, don't help me with my contractions. You focus on you, girl. Let me order you food. I invite my whole family in. There's like 20 people in the room just looking at me. And I'm like, everyone's fine. I'm trying to crack jokes. And then my water broke. And I went from people pleaser to Italian mob boss real quick. I grabbed the nurse by the collar and I was literally like, listen, excuse me. If you don't give me Vicodin right now, I will literally end your entire fucking family. I'm not exaggerating. My sister kept telling me to breathe. Not helpful, by the way. No one's gonna breathe if they're telling you to breathe. So I just kept saying, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, like I was trying to reboot her. My mom's cell phone went off. You remember that? I told her I'd slit her throat. Really violent. At one point, I had said mother effer so many times. The nurse came over and told me to please keep it down because I'd be disturbing the other women in labor. My immediate thought was, if I'm disturbing you in your labor, you're literally not doing it right. It's like the one time to let your hair down and be feral, Janet. Just go for it. You know what I mean? Anyway, so since I've had a kid, not much has changed. I still love shopping, but my shopping addiction has now transferred to her. So I just shop and shop and shop and shop and shoplift. I'm kidding. I only did that one time when I lived in LA and like tried to be liberal for a week. I don't do that anymore. I also, when I drink, same thing. Before I had kids, I'd have like 4 glasses of wine, black out, and pee somewhere inappropriate, to be totally honest. Now, I'll have like a half a glass of wine, look up the best diaper cream on ChatGPT, and then pee somewhere inappropriate. And the diaper cream is for me. Okay. Shit. Thank you guys for coming. That was my little shtick. Thank you guys. There is a microphone on here, I'm telling my students, so please be careful. If you pull the mic out, maybe don't pull the mic out. Okay, thank you all for coming. This would not have happened without Ron. I know he likes to talk about me, but this was his idea, and it's been growing ever since. We're now in our 6th round of classes, and we started stand-up comedy in addition to improv. We thought maybe like 1 or 2 people would sign up. Turns out way too many people signed up, which is great. but they're an outrageous group of people. So it was like wrangling like vicious cats. But I'm really excited to introduce them. So, welcome these new, this is actually how the show is gonna go. We're gonna first do stand-up, then we're gonna do improv, then we're gonna take a 10-minute intermission, go get drunk, and then we're gonna come back and do stand-up some more, and then we're gonna do improv. So this is the first show where we're combining them, so bear with us, and thank you so much for your support. So I would like to welcome the very funny, the very talented, and the very famous veterinarian, Jamie.
This is so nerve-wracking. So I decided to wear scrubs tonight just because I feel more confident in my scrubs. I was telling my boyfriend when we came in here, I'm like, Clark Kent just went into the phone booth and out I come. So part of being a veterinarian, like I'm sure as many people, I hear it all the time, you would have loved to have been a veterinarian too. We love animals. I love to educate. But there's a couple F words that I'll drop randomly in a week that really offend a lot of my clients. And I'm not talking about the F words you say when you're merging onto I-95. I'm talking about fleas and fat. And that will lose half my clients real quick. So first scenario, I come into the room. Mrs. Smith brings in her 3-year-old cat, Princess. Princess hasn't been to the vet since she was a kitten. And Princess is bald from the waist down and itching her skin off. I go in, and it looks like a classic case of flea bite hypersensitivity. And I mention it to Mrs. Smith, and immediately she gets offended. Princess doesn't have fleas. Princess is an indoor-only cat. She never goes outside. I'm like, okay. And I run my flea comb through Princess's hair coat and find a few live hitchhikers and show her. And then she remembers that her sister's friend dog, Scruffy, was at the house 2 weeks ago. And that is the culprit. It's like a classic game of Clue. It was Colonel Mustard in the library with a wrench. I prescribe some Revolution. Everybody's happy. I move on to the next room. The next room is Arnold. And he's coming in for his vaccines. He's going to be boarded. And I come in, simple, this will be easy. And Arnold is a very overweight beagle, and he's happily eating Cheez-Its from the toddler in the room. Now, I don't want to just give vaccines and move on. I want to kind of, I'm all for body positivity. I'm not here to body shame anyone. I would never say to a client, hey, I have a hard time finding my own waist sometimes. But if you are looking like a busted can of biscuits, I'm going to say something. And that is not fat shaming you or your dog. That is trying to be an advocate for your animal. So you want to feel ribs. You want to feel their back. And you don't want their spine or ribs hanging out. You want to have a bit of a waist. Goals for all of us. So I say, let's just drop the calories 10%. Let's try baby carrots and green beans instead of Cheez-Its, and come back in a month and run across the scale. Everybody's happy. I'm feeling good. The tech comes and she says, okay, Doc, I got Zeus. Zeus is a 130-pound Rottweiler. Zeus hates the vet. Zeus has been itching like crazy. Zeus has already also been panting heavily and having difficulty getting up. So I'm like, gather myself, I'm like, great. Fleas, fat, fearful, and oh, by the way, she would like a nail trim. Fuck. Thank you very much. I'm happy to introduce the irreverent Gino.
Not good with the mic. Here we go. All right. So when I first moved to Florida, nobody warned me that it's basically the twilight zone with humidity. I decided to go out and run some errands. First stop, the ATM. I pull behind this couple, treating the ATM machine like it owes them money. The ATM machine gets pissed off and says, transaction declined, emotionally and financially. Hey, Stu Knott, maybe try a job. Now they're arguing with the machine like it's a marriage counselor. Like the machine's gonna say, press 1 for checking, 2 for couples therapy. Move! I just want to get $20, not a front row seat to divorce court. So I finally get my $20, and God kicks in the door.
Hello, Paisan. Round 2. Go to Walmart.
So I go to Walmart and I start the returns line. One item, Florida woman, slippers, pajama bottoms, coming off a meth bender, hair looks like she lost a fight with a ceiling fan, pulls up with a full cart. She plops a chicken down. I do a Tony Soprano. Hey, Christopher, who whacked the bird? It's a warm chicken with a fork still sticking out of it. And the cashier says, do you have a receipt? A receipt? Ma'am, that's not a return. That's evidence. Bag it, tag it, call CSI Walmart. I'm not a customer. I'm a witness. So I finally escape the crime scene in returns. I just want to go buy some Roach Motels. But Florida says, screw that. Meet the refrigerator with arms. He's standing in the middle of the aisle, spraying scents, pine, ocean breeze, vanilla, like he's creating a layer of fragrance lasagna. He steps into the mist. Oh, the chemicals, they speak to me. Sir, you just raised Lysol Lucifer over in aisle 8. Needs more metal. I do the Italian step back. Hey, I don't see nothing. You do your thing. ATM chaos, poultry crime scene, Lysol Lucifer. That's not errands. That's a felony tour. I walk in to buy Roach Motels. I walk out of there like a man who's seen God, the devil, and a chicken homicide. Oh, Flogrove's over there nodding his head. Yep, that's just a normal day. It's a Friday. I walked in a customer. I walk out a witness. So now I'm in the parking lot. Hey, yeah, it's me. Listen, I was with you all day. I never met the chicken. Thank you. Now I'd like to introduce my friend Becky, who I had the pleasure of doing a one-act play with not too long ago. Come on, Becky, come on up.
Thank you, Gino. Oh, gosh. I'm good. Hi, I'm Becky, and I am retired, but my last career was as a merchant marine. I was a licensed AV special, and I cooked on Arctic-class tugboats. And this is a career with very few women, and the language on board can be a little rough. So the first thing that I had to tackle on board was the use of bad words. And by that I mean someone would say a bad word, and then they'd look at me and say, oh, sorry, pardon me, like I'm some delicate flower. There's a female on board. Let's just go to MARSEC security level 2. Joe, check the first aid kit. Make sure there's smelling salts, because she's going to be fainting all over the deck. An 1800s fainting hazard. So I had an idea, and that was at the first meeting in the wheelhouse, I would just intentionally throw out an F-bomb, just to let the crew know that I was seasoned. And then if that didn't work, then the first time someone asked me what was for dinner, I'd say, it's cake or cock, and we're out of cake. But on a boat, the cook is allowed to be a little unhinged. It's part of the charm. Like you've all heard about boy butter and all that. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you about it. Basically, the crew allows or expects the cook to have quirks and rules. I had the scissor rule. And I had the scissor rule because I needed scissors to open food, and I didn't want them used to trim nose hairs or anything else. So the scissor rule was menacingly simple. It was that the galley scissors are not to be touched. The first mate once asked to use the galley scissors, and the whole galley froze. Did you just ask to use the scissors? But they're not to be touched. They got it. So I allowed it, but not without multiple warnings about what might happen to his man parts. So I go on break, I come back, and the scissors are not there. So I march up the wheelhouse steps, and just as I'm getting to the top, I hear the second mate say, "Someone's in trouble." And I'm like, "You can tell that just from me walking up those stairs?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." And that tickled me. Their looks of terror. I wanted to feel bad for them. I wanted to go easy on him. I really wanted to, but I couldn't. Could I? Now, he outranks me, but I don't care. So, do you understand the power I possess here? Never mind questioning the integrity of your next sandwich or bowl of soup. I'm about to change tonight's menu to first mate wiener schnitzel, tartare with a side of bloody pudding. Thank you. Next up is Jillian. She came to our first class and insisted that she was not funny and had nothing to say, and then proceeded to be hilarious. Much love.
Okay, I'm going to use this for my paper. If I can read it, it's covered in sweat and tears, pretty much. Okay. How did this happen to me? I thought puberty would end at some point. It does for most women, right? Puberty, a little bit of regular life, menopause, somewhat of a regular life. Not gay puberty, though. Gay puberty never ends. It's like a subscription you don't remember buying, you can't figure out how to return, and it gets more costly every year. You remember puberty, awkward, pimply, sweaty. Your hands are big, your feet are big, your arms are gangly, your boobs are small, your teeth don't fit in your mouth. Everything's just disproportionate, like Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head. You look like you were assembled by a 3-year-old. I had 3 older sisters, very cool. Teased 80s hair, rock star clothes, cigs hanging out of their mouth around the house all the time. Effortlessly badass. Not me. I'm walking around the house wearing an oversized Fraggle Rock t-shirt, jean shorts past my knees, and Reebok high tops. I look like I was there to repair the sink. I had beautiful, thick, curly hair. Every straight woman's dream. What did I do to it? Wet it, slicked it back, took my goody hairbrush, made it real smooth, sprayed it with Aquanet until it was a helmet. A ponytail helmet. Okay? Sorry. It looked like I was trying to break through gravity. It wasn't cute, but it was very aerodynamic. Okay. I also did sports. The hair did not help. Volleyball, softball, track, you name it, I did it. Was I a star athlete? No. I was the equivalent of the guy at the baseball game that's going, popcorn, get your popcorn. I was at the game, not in it. As I got older, I evolved into what I like to call a granola lesbian. What is that, you may ask? I wore a lot of shants. Does anyone know what shants are? Shorts that turn into pants. You know the zipper? It was a look. It went really well with the puka shells and the bandana on my head, but not like cool, like Rosie the Riveter, more like Cinderella as a maid. Also, every now and again, I would throw in a pair of Tevas or Birkenstocks. So suddenly, I know, I could read a hiking map, and I had very strong opinions on trail mix. I could go on, but the truth is, gay puberty never ends. Never ends. Oh, now I forgot, hold on. Or brain fog. Just when you think it's over, menopause starts. And you're right back to where you started. Trying to cancel that subscription, and it auto-renews. Thank you. Thank you. And now I'm going to introduce Mr. Bart, the wonderful Bart.
Thank you, Julian. I draw the short straw by having to follow the cute, punky little lesbian. So, as you heard, my name is Bart, and I gotta say, has anyone here ever had their name rhymed, like back in elementary school, to make a funny joke, you know what I mean, a tease or a rhyme, right? Yeah, pretty common, right? Well, I'm here to tell you that unless your name is Bart, it could have been worse, right? Yeah. I never went to a day of therapy, though. A lot of 12-step meetings, but no therapy, right? Yeah, names can be an issue, right? I mean, I used to own a restaurant, it's called Joe's Grill, okay? And I'm taking names and orders at the counter. We're busy as hell. It's the 4th of July, okay? So I shouldn't be on the counter because I can't even spell. But anyway, I'm taking, and now I have a shorter Asian man who speaks very little English, okay? And I take his order well enough, but when it comes to his name, I'm like, hold the pen like I'm about to fuse a bomb, right? I'm like, and your name, sir? Sir, please. Today, just for right now, you're Bob, okay? Okay? He didn't seem to get it, so I used the universal translator and said, today you're Bob, sir, right? Yeah, that seemed to work, okay? Because he goes, oh, I understand. Hi, Bob, no problem. So we moved along until I heard someone say, Bob, order for Bob. So I look up, and all I see is this hand, like waving through the, all the heads, yeah. Hi, Bob. He was so happy. It was an international joint effort, right? Anyway, so another time at Joe's Grill, I was working with a guy, and he was just being obnoxious, just in my face, just like really just being ranting and raving, and I couldn't settle down. And he finally says, I want to talk to the owner. I want to talk to Joe. Well, I wasn't about to tell this guy I was the owner, okay? So I just said, hey, Joe's not here, right? Yeah. But then he says, well, I got news for you, pal. I know Joe. And I'm going to give him a call and let him know what a shit job you're doing down here. Now, it's real hard for me to keep a straight face right about now because Joe is my 7-year-old son. So I look at him with as straight face I can, and I go, sir, really, I'm so sorry. I didn't know you knew Joe. And I'm amazed we haven't met because not a day goes by I don't give Joe a kiss and tell him I love him. Now, the guy had shit to say, right? And just his look was like, I'd have to call it puzzled homophobia, right? Now, one of the reasons or a factor in naming my son Joe was to avoid the same issue I had as a kid, the rhyming thing, and I'll figure out what it rhymes with, right? Anyway, so I named Joe. Our last name's again Jemmy, so Joe Gan Jemmy. What do you think he came up? Joey Jam and Jelly. He freaking hated it, right? Me, I'm freaking loving it because kid had no idea how easy he had it. That was after growing up with your name being compared to a gaseous bodily function. Here, your son's name being compared to a tasty fruit filling. I consider that freaking progress. Thank you so much. You've been great, guys. And now for the thank you. And now for the actress, and well-renowned Megan Nager.
Okay, we're moving into improv. Bart is such like a teacher's pet, but I kind of like it. It's nice. Okay, thank you. All right, we're gonna bring up improv now. So who's in my improv group? Oh God, that worries me. Come on up. These are the Jensen Beach Jesters. Come on up. Come on up. Welcome, welcome. Okay, is everyone up here? Is everyone up here? Who are we missing? Are we missing? Georgia. Don't fall, please. Okay. No, don't fall. All right, sit. Like a dog. I'm joking. Okay. All right, so now, if you've been to these shows before, you'll know that I asked the audience for one word. You can shout it out. I will pick the one that's, I guess, most usable. Sometimes it gets a little ridiculous. So, you guys are going to shout out a word, then two people are going to come up and do a scene based on that word, totally off the cuff, improvisational. That's improv. Okay. Oh, thank you, Bart. What a hero. Okay. So, let's get started and go. Okay, actually, wait, hold on. Let me move. Wait, I feel like I'm having some issues right now. Give me a second. Okay, I'm gonna put this here and let's have a word. Puppy. Puppy? Who said puppy? I heard puppy first, so we're gonna go puppy. All right, puppy.
This is Jasper.
An invisible dog. I love it.
Mom, you know how I get.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm crazy.
I know, but
Wow, Jasper has rabies.
what?
He just got him right now. He got him from you.
I don't know what
I'm
to
running
say.
away from home.
Goodbye.
I'm
Thank
kidding. I love
God.
you. I thought Mom was supposed to say, go off and run.
Go off and run.
I'm kidding. I'm coming back.
Oh,
I dropped Jasper. He's dead. You killed him.
I don't know what to do with you.
Take me back to the doctor,
Oh, God.
and I'll have it out with him.
The doctor doesn't want to see you anymore. He's given you up.
The doctor's my dad? Is there something you need to tell me, Mom?
I can't.
Is that
I
why
can't.
Dr. Jasper was named after...
All right, another word. Pineapple? Soda her?
What was
Yeah,
it?
okay, pineapple.
You take the easy one.
Welcome to my table on the cruise ship. You noticed the pineapple.
Sorry.
Welcome to my table on this cruise ship. You see the pineapple? You know what that means?
I know what the upside pineapple means. And my name is Rex. It's short for erection.
Perfect!
Perfect day.
I couldn't have asked for anything more.
This is so exciting. I've never met a woman like you in my life. I like the thick legs and the short mini skirt. Woo, baby!
You know what they call that skirt?
Tell me.
The jet skirt. All it covers is the cockpit.
Oh, my tuchus hurts.
Well, you know, the doctor told me he examined you, and he says that you have hemorrhoids. Do you know hemorrhoids are from?
No, I don't. What country?
No. They're from straining. So you're trying too hard. Did anyone ever tell you don't have to overdo it?
I have a master's degree.
Oh, okay, so you have a lot of credits, but to your credit, you're pushing too hard. Now, if you were a woman, I'd say, shit, that's fantastic. You could have a couple of kids pushing no problem, but you're pushing them through your butt, and that's why your butt hurts. It's called hemorrhoids.
It's not my diet?
It's possible. I don't want to get too involved, but let me tell you how we take care of the hemorrhoids. I'm going to go put some gloves on. I'm going to lubricate my finger. You're going to bend over, and I'm going to do an examination.
Can you give me the 5-finger discount?
Well, we'll see. How many fingers can I fit up there, my friend?
Oy, oy.
Always certain sexual of this group. Anyone else? One word.
Submarine.
Submarine.
Submarine?
Submarine.
You're my captain. You know, I just have to tell you that I don't know why I came on this submarine trip with you. This is ridiculous. I don't like being under the water in the dark. It's very scary.
This is a celebrity cruise, and I knew I recognized you. You were in The Wizard of Oz. And you were Oompa Loompa and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. You're a star on a submarine. It's a yellow submarine. They're going to write a song about this.
Well, I've never been called an Oompa Loompa before.
You were painted purple, and I think you were a little high because they were slipping acid into all the Oompa Loompas. So.
Oh, I was high, but not as high as you're going to be when I send you to the moon.
Whoa!
Another word.
Canadians?
Ah.
Okay. Okay. We'll take it.
Hey, what are you doing there, my man?
Scout, Teddy, I'm starting a fire, okay? Get
Where's
that?
your mount?
My what?
Your mount.
I don't know. All right, listen, they just put me in this program to teach kids how to go out and scout, and I gotta be honest with you, Teddy. I just got out of jail, so don't ruin this for me. Tell me what a mount is.
Picture this. Bend over.
Well, I go back to jail. I just got out of there.
I was going to mount you so you could understand.
Oh, I can do that. Will it help me start the fire?
They can't help themselves. Word.
Snowbird.
What?
Snowbird.
Snowbird. Snowbird.
Oh, Florence, this is the nicest resort I've ever been to. What do you think of it? Florence, you've changed.
Yeah, I'm sick of it here.
You're sick of it? Well, what's to get sick of? It's fabulous. They don't stop feeding you. You got the sunshine.
It's getting hot. It's getting hot,
Oh, honey, you ain't seen nothing yet. You think this is hot.
What do you mean by that?
Well, if you come into my tent, I'll show you what I
My husband's dead too.
Word. Liberals. What is it? Liberals. We're gonna stay away from the politics.
Hey there, partner.
Yeah, hi. So we're going up to the lingerie, right? We're gonna take the elevator to lingerie
You seem a
because
little apprehensive.
I am apprehensive. I don't usually shop with someone to go to lingerie because I don't like being judged.
Oh!
Even though we're friends to
Well, what
an
size bra do
extent.
you wear?
Can we get there first? Let the saleswoman work. I mean, Christ, what do they make, $17 an hour? I want her to measure me correctly, because as you can see for what I'm wearing now, I have the invisible straps. I have to push and pull and
Oh my
do this
God.
and take a deep, I'm sick of it. I want someone else to
They
take
look
care of it.
fake to me.
Thank God, because you know what? You know how expensive it is to put implants in? I'd rather pay somebody to measure me and give me a nice padded bra with the plunging, with the, with the fake, oh, look, I have cleavage.
I've got one of those.
Do you?
Yeah.
Did you wear it?
Divide and separate.
No, that's what happens in the world. We divide and separate. It doesn't stand up when you divide and separate.
Oh.
You have to join together and be united.
Well, that's a different scenario.
Oh, look what happened. Went right past lingerie, now we're in the men's section. All right, let's get off. I could use a date.
Okay, word? Menopause. Menopause? Yeah. Okay, menopause.
Sir, this is, I'm a gynecologist.
I know, and the last nurse that I had, she helped me with my hemorrhoids, so that's why I'm coming back.
I guess I do have some experience, but I'm gonna come in from this direction.
Well, I was falsely diagnosed. They said it was menopause, but I think it should have been pause. Why are all of these diseases misdiagnosed?
Listen, I'm just a doctor. I can't get into your personal life. I'm here. I have a job to do.
And what's the copay gonna cost me here?
I'm gonna give you the 5-finger discount.
Been there and done that.
All right, word. Puzzled homophobia.
Who, what?
That guy said. What do you say? The gentleman said puzzled homophobia? It might be difficult. It might be a difficult one. I like your creativity. Oh, you're going for it, Chris.
Yeah, they're going for it.
All right, never mind. Okay.
Should I sit down next to you?
No, you don't have to, Mom. I'm just trying to figure out this puzzle.
Oh, honey, you know how bad I am at puzzles. I wish you wouldn't even show them to me.
Oh, well.
I'm dyslexic and, and I see things backwards. I can't do puzzles.
Well, Mom, it was a gift from you, and it's a rainbow.
Oh,
What are you trying to tell me about me that I don't know about myself?
well, it was wishful thinking. Because, if you were a homo, then you would want to go shopping with me.
Mom, you always make me go shopping. You're driving me towards heterosexuality.
Well, I was hoping you would help me pick out men.
Now, that sounds like a plan.
Oh, let's go.
All right, another word?
Batman.
Batman. Batman.
Oh my God, look at that car. That's the Batmobile. I would love to get a ride in the Batmobile, but it's so low to the ground. I could probably get in, but I don't know if I can get out. Would you come with me?
Don't you realize we're not on the street? This is the church of you donate lots of money to me, and I buy luxurious things. I'm the Grand Imperial Exalted Reverend Gino, and you know that. And sister, you have a problem because you're seeing things like there's no Batmobile.
There is a Batmobile. I'll prove it to you. I have my checkbook.
Oh,
How much
okay.
is it gonna cost
Well,
for you to
how
agree
much-
that
how
that's
much-
the Batmobile?
How much do you have in the bank?
Well, we'll have to discuss. I'm not gonna tell you all the money I have in the bank. I
I
just
need
want.
75% right now.
Wait a minute, I need a calculator. And that, was that including tax?
No taxes. This is
So,
a church.
It's
We
a
don't pay
church, but you know
taxes.
what? Oh, you don't pay, but gonna make me an offer? So, you said your name is Gino, you're Italian, right? So Italians like to take cash.
Oh, so
because
get
I
under the
don't-
mattress and grab the cash. That
No,
works
no,
for me.
because with cash, you don't tell the IRS what you're up to. So because I know you're not gonna report the cost of the Batmobile, so we're gonna make a better deal.
I understand.
10%
No,
off.
I'm Batman. You're both going to jail. I don't know. It's a RICO. This is some kind of a RICO violation.
Listen,
You understand?
Batman,
Batman
can I-
has a problem. Wait a minute,
Can
gotta
I
explain
just
this.
get in the car,
No,
please?
there's no car. He's a phony.
Hey,
Batman.
Batman, this Robin crap is getting old.
Batman, what kind?
I've got hemorrhoids, I'm going through menopause.
All right, we got a few more words. What? Bright line. Bright line. Bright line, like the train. I have a child, and she has been designated as the Bright Line Student of the Month. I'm so proud of her. And you, thank you for being her most wonderful teacher. I just can't tell you how happy I am. She has you as her teacher, my Bright Line student.
Don't get too full of yourself.
Okay.
We simply draw names.
What?
And your daughter got lucky.
Well, she got lucky because she has me as a mother, but how does the Bright... Oh, draw names. You don't mean like draw a picture and that's her name. You mean draw them out of a hat.
I see the apple didn't fall far from the tree here.
All right, we got like a few more words, so shout them out.
Rainbow.
All right. What did you say? What? Murder? Murder. Oh, good.
Well, let me say, my divorce cost so much money that it was easier for me to go to Arthur Avenue to hire somebody to kneecap my ex. And then I know I have to pay someone to kill that guy because I always want to rap. And it would have cost me the same amount. I would have had to kill 3 people from Arthur Avenue just to keep it quiet.
Forget about it. We got you covered. Don't worry about it. Dang. I know this chicken that got whacked a little while ago. So we have no problems with human beings. No problem.
No, but he's a cop. So it's going to add a little bit more extra to the cost, right? Because you don't want to be a cop killer, even if he was off duty.
Just get that checkbook out again and we'll take care of everything.
All right, but I better not. I better use that other secret account that I have.
Ooh, good move.
Because I have 2 accounts, just in case we got divorced. I don't want them to find out about the other money I have.
You just told me.
I'm Italian, that's what we do.
I know.
Okay. Anything else? Condom. Okay. Was it O or Condom. Condom. Yes.
Hey, I hope you're packing.
Yeah, just let me know what size.
Oh!
It's a convenience store, lady. You come in here all the time, asking me if I'm packing. And I tell you, I'm like extra medium. I'll see you when I get off.
No, come on, you gotta do better than that.
All right, I get off at 11. I'm gonna try to fit into the bigger room. I'm not gonna make any promises.
You have a reputation to live up to.
Who's been talking about me and my extra medium? Do you have a twin?
I believe your extra medium is mislabeled.
Oh.
Talk to me.
Like I said, 11 o'clock. And then I'm gonna give you the extra medium. Your life.
All right, one more word.
Rainbows.
Rainbows?
Rainbows.
Okay, like rainbow, like the rain
Rainbow,
sky, yeah.
yeah.
We already have people. I thought we were, yeah. Just
Rainbow.
Go for it.
Somewhere over the rainbow. And we
Well-
meet again. This is so exciting.
If you call me an Oompa Loompa this time, you're in trouble.
No, we're going to stick to Valley Olympic road-sized person. That's all. We're not going to do Oompa Loompas tonight.
Okay, so what are you doing here?
I followed the rainbow.
Ah, very good. But you know, you can never really follow the rainbow, and I hate to tell you, but there's no pot of gold.
No, but the wizard's at the end of the rainbow. And he could take my medium.
All right, cut. You're improvising.
That's the
That's
idea.
the name of the game.
Yeah, but you're the Oompa Loompa. You're Dorothy. Let's stick to that. From the top.
I'm a Oompa.
I want to go home. I want to go home.
I am so excited. We're going to do some stand-up again, and then we're going to end with improv. Thank you all for your participation. Everyone's been great and super supportive, so we appreciate it. Next up, we have Georgia Metz, spelled like Jorge. Georgia has been featured. She gets mad when people say that. Georgia has been featured all over. She's actually a big deal. She's going to say she's not, but she is. She's on stand-up for like decades. She's very, very funny. No pressure. But I mean it. And I am very excited to introduce her. So everyone welcome Georgia Metz.
If I'm a big deal, I want you to talk to my agent. He's right over there. Marty, talk to her, okay? So that's right. My name is Georgia Metz, and just like the team, I like to play the field too. Now, what is it about the team? I'm not supposed to take the mic out, but it helped. So what about the team? You got a bunch of young men in uniform running around holding their bats, looking for a good pitch. They want to connect that bat with that ball. But because I can't, so you know, if you wiggle your ass and it works, I'll wiggle mine. But I'm not as young as I used to be, so I won't be able to run to first base, but I can still steal. So I'll steal second, and I'll meet you there. So I live in Port de St. Lucie, otherwise known as probably single and lonely. Yeah, thanks. I looked up the living expenses, the medical, but I never bothered to look up what are the chances I was ever going to meet anybody. My dating life is so pathetic, I can't even get picked up at the airport. I said, well, all right, maybe I'll go on some dating sites. So I went on a site, and I was dating a roofer. It was okay until he started giving me shingles. And I made it, I dated a ventriloquist. That was great until he tried to start putting words in my mouth. Thank you, but no thank you. I even thought I'd date a baker. They like to say they can make it rise. He didn't make it rise, okay, I'm just saying right now. But he did have a lot more dough than I did. He needed me more than I needed him. But he often was half-baked. I said, I can't stay here anymore. So I complained to my sister. I was like, damn it, here I am. I moved down to Port St. Lucie, and I can't meet anybody. Georgia, you have to lower your expectations. Fine, I lowered them by 2 inches. Let's see. Then I said, maybe I'm trying too hard. Let me just maybe I should get a perfume. So women use scents, their perfume, men use cologne. What's the difference? $150 an ounce. So I go into some Dillard's and I go up to the counter and I say to the women, I want to get a new scent. Oh, we have La Dolce and, we have this and that. Now, how much is it? $125 for a quarter of an ounce. What? She sprays it past my nose. Ah, shit, I have to blow my nose. All right. All right, spray it on my arm. Jeez, it smells like it. Wipe it off. Then I said, you know what? Men don't get that. But what men do get are aromas. How many people here have boys, raised boys? They eat everything, and they leave it empty in the cabinet and the refrigerator. You think you have it, it's empty when you get to it, all right? So they eat everything in sight. I said, you know what? Let me try that. So if I want to meet an Italian guy, I put Parmesan behind one ear and marinara behind the other. No problem. If I want to meet an Irish guy, I put Guinness behind one ear and shepherd's pie behind the other. Right? And I want to meet a germaphobe, I spray myself with Lysol. No problem. But you know what? It didn't work. I said, Fangool. All right, so now I have to go to plastic surgery. Maybe I need to improve my appearance. I don't care for my appearance, but you don't know what men like, so I really can't base it on anything. So I go to the plastic surgeon and I say, hi, doc, can you give me a mommy makeover? He goes, why is that? I said, because I want a daddy takeover. So I say to him, how much is a breast lift? He tells me the price. What? Oh, implants? Oh, forget it, I can't afford it. I'm retired, and Medicare is going to pay for it, and my kids are expecting an inheritance, and I don't have the money for it. So I said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm from the generation where girls stuff their bras with toilet paper. Remember? But toilet paper doesn't hold up anymore, so I decided I'm going to stuff my bra with Bounty paper towels. The quicker picker-upper. Yeah. That's my set. Thank you, everyone. I'd like to introduce now to the microphone Amica. Amica? It doesn't matter. They screw up my name, Horta, Georgia. I just smile and go with the flow.
People screw my name up all the time. I'm Amvika. When I was a little kid, I was obsessed with Snoopy. And his judgy neighbor, Lucy, had this cool little blue booth and dished out questionable friendship advice to the rest of the Peanuts gang. That gave me an idea. I said to myself, there's a career. So I became a psychic. I must have misread the sign because it said psychiatrist. I'm now working in the fast-forward realm of cell phones, and everybody is communicating with me through text. That proves I am a psychic. Now, most people are coming to me wanting relationship advice, and all the traps they get caught in are caused by one thing. I bet you can imagine what it is if you're still single. Dating apps. And I have to admit, I've dipped my toe in that pool. And what caught me and my attention was this guy said, you're so pretty, you're so smart. So I dropped my guard. And I said, well, how do you want to do this? Where do you want to meet up? He said, I don't drive. I don't have a car. There's too much pollution for me to ride my bicycle. I said, whoa, change the channel, Alexa. So I asked him, well, what about travel? Where have you been? How many stamps are in your passport? He said, I've been to Virginia. I said, dude, Virginia is not a travel destination. It's a wrong turn. Now, most people really do better with me face to face because I can touch an object, a ring, a scarf, and get flooded by information. I once held a guy's gym card, and all I felt was avoidance. His bank account was more committed to fitness than he was. Even his QR code had abandonment issues. Working through a digital app has wreaked havoc on my wardrobe, and I did my best to look good tonight. But this morning, thank you, this morning I was walking by a mirror in my living room, and I thought, dang, I'm wearing the same pajama pants and t-shirt as yesterday. So I ran to my closet, and sure enough, there were 8 pairs of the same identical pajama pants and a stack of t-shirts. I thought, whoa, this is my Steve Jobs wardrobe moment. Only Steve Jobs was running Apple, and I'm running away from Mercury retrograde. Now, another great philosopher that I follow, Dr. Seuss, says that we're all weird, and when our weirdness matches up with somebody else's weirdness, that's love. I just hope the match to my weirdness has a nice car. Now, the guy with all the answers is Matt.
Hi, everybody. So I was a lifeguard here, right out front, for many, many years. And no, the beach, you know, where the ocean meets the sand. Yeah, that's how beaches work. Anyway, get a lot of tourists here in Martin County at the beaches. And tourists, they always say, leave their brains at home when they come visit. And they ask stupid questions. How stupid are they? Once had a guy ask me what wood was, so yeah, pretty stupid. So my boss told me that I'm never, ever, ever allowed to answer stupid questions. But he's not around anymore and he's not here tonight, so guess what? You're getting all the answers I wanted to give to those stupid questions. Once had a guy ask, I'm from Stewart. I live in Stewart. Where's Stewart? Sir, if you don't know where you live, you probably just had a stroke. It'll be okay. How do I get here to Jensen Beach? Okay, just hop in your car and follow yourself to get to Jensen Beach. Oh, I didn't know the ocean got deep. Oh, that's okay. Okay, I guess the ocean isn't deep where you live. Once had somebody ask me during February where I work during the summer. Like, it's always summer in Florida, sir. They just move it to the southern hemisphere. That's how it's summer all the time here. The sand. Why does the sand get so hot? It's heated by tourists and stupidity. Are there sharks in the ocean? No, sir, there are no sharks in the ocean. They just let them out for Shark Week so they can film them and bring them all back in. The flag. What does the no swimming flag mean? What does the no... Sir, do you listen to your questions while you're asking them? Oh, rain. What time is it going to stop raining? Oh, okay. About 1:30. Go play in the lightning. See how it works out for you. Love bugs. What time are the love bugs going to leave the beach? I don't know. Maybe if you gave them enough emotional support, they would let you know. I was here last week. There were seagulls, but there's no seagulls here tonight. Where are they now? Stop by the post office. Maybe they left a forwarding address. You can ask them. Satellites. Do they use satellites to follow where the sharks are? Yeah, we use satellites. But they only track the vegan sharks. And this is actually happening right now. You know they pump sand on the beach. So when they pump the sand on the beach, is it the same sand that washed away? Yeah, that's why it takes so long, because they got to check the serial numbers on all the sand to make sure it's the same sand that washed away. That for Cindy.
Thank you.
There.
Can you hear me? Yeah. I spent the better part of my career being in charge. That's right, I was in charge of everything. And what I learned pretty quick was when you're in charge, really what you're doing is dealing with this weird shit that goes on with your staff. Case in point, Ron. Ron did not, sorry Ron, not you, not you, another Ron.
Different Ron.
Ron did not wear underwear to work. And Ron also liked to wear white pants, threadbare white pants. And my staff said, Cindy, you have got to do something about this. We can't see this every day. It's distracting. So I had to talk to Ron because I'm in charge. That's my job. Ron, I respect your freedom, but your freedom has playback in HD. And there's lots of viewers. We do not appreciate that. Please, Ron, do something about that. Another situation. There's so many. I could go on and on. Bob. Renamed Bob the Pooper. Bob would infiltrate our floor and use our bathroom, our safe haven, every morning at 9:15 a.m. And you know how we could tell? Guess. That's right. My staff could not deal with that. Every morning, Cindy, it's 9:15, Ron must be there. Oh my God. Guess what? I'm in charge. Who has to deal with it? Me. Rob, Rob, I notice you have an affinity to our plumbing on the first floor. Would you please check out your own on the second floor from now on? Imagine having to have that conversation. But I'm in charge. Third example, final example, Roger. Roger's almost 70 years old. It's Christmas Eve. Everybody's in a celebratory mood. We have lunch, we're celebrating. We're all going to be gone after today, having to celebrate Christmas. Hugs, everybody goodbye, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Well, Roger takes it upon himself to approach a 19-year-old employee and did a full-blown mistletoe French kiss moment. And she almost threw up. Thank God, she almost threw up. There was no question in my mind that she was completely disgusted. Now, he's my superior, but I have to tell him, Roger, nothing like calling HR before dessert is even served. So, what have I learned? When you have to deal with the no underwear guy, the pooper commuter, and the mistletoe kisser, everybody else steps back. And you're left standing there holding the ball because you're in charge. And the worst part of it is, it's 9:15 again. Bruce, come on up. Give it up for Jensen.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming out. I want to give a warm thank you to Megan, the heart and soul of Pineapple Comedy Showcase, and also to the Chamber of Commerce for giving us this chamber. Thank you. There are two types of Florida men, but you got to remember, always there's a woman behind every Florida man. For me, my first Florida woman was my mama. Think of this, Titusville, public housing. Two boys fighting in the backyard, two mothers on either side, one yelling, boys, stop that right now. My mother yelling, kill him, kick him, you got French blood. Well, the only kind of French kicking I know is the can. Dun, 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 dun. I won that fight. So there's two kind of Florida men. One that will approach the gator, tail first. One that will approach the gator, teeth first. My buddy, Lucky McGee, was a teeth first kind of guy. He was the kind of guy that would, we called him Lucky because he was always reaching for his nethers, saying, after me, Lucky Charms. I don't know who they were. I don't think Lucky knew either. Then one day, Lucky and I got a side job. We were going to eradicate some wild pigs from a farm. Me with my Swiss Army knife, the red-headed stepchild of the knife world. Lucky with his Bowie knife. If you don't know what a Bowie knife is, it's a little sword. You can go and say that. So we went ahead and we tracked the pig. We corner the pig. The pig cuts left, we cut right. The pig charges, knocks Lucky down. Lucky stabs himself in the charms area. I lose my toothpick out of my knife. Oh, damn. Where'd that go? I look at Lucky, he's in a bad way, so I have to take him to the doctor, man. The doctor fixes him up, looks him over, and says, son, you're a lucky boy. An inch higher and you'd be dead. An inch lower and you'd be singing the high notes. Lucky, out of habitual habit, reaches down my Lucky Charms. Now, I need everybody to give me a beat. Come on. Listen to a story about a man named Bruce, a poor Florida boy just trying to keep it loose. One day he's out there hunting for a pig, and up from the heavens fell a bundle of weed, marijuana. The next thing you know, old Bruce is high as hell. He gathers up the pot. This is gonna sell. So he loads it in the Jeep and takes it to Jensen Beach. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jensen Beach audience is the best audience. Now for your consideration, please let me give a warm welcome to luscious Linda. She may be small, but she is a dynamo.
Okay, so everyone, I am Luscious Linda. Yes, I am. And you know what? I am short. Where's my 6'7" guy back there? He's perfect for my act today. Because I am short, I've always been short, and it's like time to get over it. I don't want to be short anymore. Oh, too bad. But, you know, the worst part is when you're in a crowd of people. Imagine Disneyland and you're waiting in that ridiculous crowd for them to open the door so you can see what is happening in the theater. And everybody's up there and I'm down here. Do you know where that puts my nose? Directly in their asshole is where, yeah. That ain't so great. It's not so great at all. And the world, most of it, the world as a whole, doesn't fit me. I mean, for instance, I live in a lovely home. I have a beautiful kitchen, and it's got those fabulous shelves up to the ceiling. Like, I can see up to the ceiling. I can't reach past the first shelf. So, I mean, you know, but they have this invention that they call the reacher. Oh yeah, like if you go to rehab, they send you home with one. And it's this device that's supposed to help you reach things on the tall shelf. Well, the thing is, it's a reacher and it's not a grabber, no. It's a reacher. So you go to the shelf and you go, okay, I can knock this over. Maybe if I make it come to the very front of the shelf, okay, all right, I reached it and I ducked. Furniture. You think furniture fits me? Oh no. I mean, your basic bar stool I can't get up on or down. You know, oh man, would you like a high top table? No, thank you, I can't get up there. And it's really pretty embarrassing. Recliners and sofas, they don't fit me. They're made for a 300-pound gorilla. I think about it, Shaq has his own line of furniture. Tinkerbell does not. So it ain't so easy. Then there's washing machine. Okay, my daughter, bless her heart, bought me a gorgeous, fabulous stainless steel tub washing machine. It starts about here, hello, and it goes down to the floor. Hello, I can't see either one of them from where I am. But when the clothes are washed, you have to get in there and get them from the very bottom of the washer. So this is how I do it. I grab a kitchen tongs in this hand, and I get up, and I go over the top of the washing machine, and hello, clothes. And I get down there, and I pull them up with the tongs. Wet, heavy clothes. It's not easy, but that's what makes me so brilliant. Dating, oh my God. I didn't have to, but I was set up with every short, dumpy, Jewish guy in whatever city I lived in. And there were multiple cities. So I had my share of short, dumpy guys. Didn't work out so well. But I'll tell you what, I married a handsome 6'2" man. Well, he was then. And it was a blind date, and he opened the door, and he looked at me, and he said, "Oh, you are cute." And you know what? I still am. So there you go.
So, I'm going to tell you about my week. So this week I got a haircut. I went to an all-female barber shop. Some of the barbers are here. I go to an all-female barber shop, and I'm a little nervous because I'm going into this place knowing that I have 4 barbers and I'm going to be judged versus the one that I get judged from at home. So I walk in, and when a guy cuts your hair, they simply lie to you. They simply tell you, "You look good, bro. Everything's good. Yeah, you're a lady killer. You're going to knock him dead." But a woman barber is brutally honest with you. She sits me in the chair, spins me around, hovers over me, and says to me, "What are we going to fix today?" Fix? This is not a dating app. I'm here for a haircut. What do you mean, fix? She looks at me and she says, "We've got to do something with that." So, when the questions start, you're in trouble. So I got asked questions that no male barber has ever asked me, ever. Like the first question, "So what do you use on your hair?" Water? They look at me and said, "So what number clipper are you?" Number clipper? I felt like grabbing the clippers right then. I am the captain now. And cut my own hair. She then looks at me and says, "How short do you want to go?" And I was cocky. I felt good. So I looked at her and I said, "I want to go high and tight." That's where I knew I had a problem. She followed those directions exactly. The next thing you know, products started to come out. Products, plural products. She had all the bottles lined up on the counter. There were more bottles than a nightclub up there. Next thing you know, she starts putting it in my hair like a Swedish chef seasoning a steak. Bork, 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 smorgasbord. She's mixed it all up there. She spins me around. I look at myself in the mirror and I could dust chandeliers with my head. She said, "Voila, this is how you should look." So I stand up and I'm leaving. Little jittery already. But you know what? I had an air of confidence. I'm going to walk out and doors are going to open for me. I go out in the parking lot the rest of my day. People are looking at me. They're looking at me and they're smiling. I had one guy ask me to validate his parking and 2 saluted me and I never stopped them. But here's the test. I decide to go home and see if my wife notices it. She's here tonight too and she's going to kill me afterwards. So I walk in the door. Now all men, when they get a haircut, you come home and you expect it to be a dramatic fireworks display. The oohs and the ahs and the banging all night. And so I walk in the door and I simply say, "So, did you notice anything?" She looks at me and she squints. She goes, "You moved the sofa, didn't you?" "Moved the sofa? She notices a 3-inch displacement on the sofa, but she doesn't know I'm missing 80% of my hair? No, that's not it, sweetie. What else do you notice? She squints and she looks at me. Did you shave? Did you shave? I look like I'm going to the military. What do you mean shave? How do you notice this? Now, my wife walks around the house all day like the Jensen Beach CSI edition. She notices a scuff on the wall. There's a new crack on the wall right there. The baseboard needs to be touched up. All these honey-do lists. But she doesn't notice my haircut. So the next thing, I just give up. I looked at her and said, quite simply, I got my haircut. She looks at me and says, oh yeah, you did. So I'm never going to do that again. Next time I get my haircut, I'm going to walk in the door. I'm going to stand against the wall. I'm going to drop my drawers. Then she's going to notice my haircut or the crack on the wall.